Shalom, sweet people. I am Maker Strong. My Maker makes me strong. And I came to you guys with another episode of I Left Babylon and So Can You. And Celibacy is easy. So I'm kind of blending them today because it's almost Valentine's Day. Now, you guys know that, well, not everybody, some of y'all are new. Hey, um, but some of you know that I do not celebrate secular holidays. So, because of that, Valentine's Day is nothing to me. Like, it's just another day. I'm going to get up, I'm going to do my classes. I might eat some of these. These are the kind of dates I've been having lately. But, you know, Valentine's Day is not that kind of thing for me. But I am sensitive to the fact that it is a thing for some of you. And I know that it's kind of like Christmas and New Year's, where if you don't have somebody to share that day with, it can make you feel very low, depressed, or whatever. And my answer, like I always say, you got to love yourself. You got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, what are you giving to the other person? You know, you're giving them a project, which is like their project is to make you feel whole. And that's not the way it should be. They should be whole and you should be whole. And together you should be a power couple. Y'all should be a force to be reckoned with because you are giving each other that exchange of reciprocal energy, and it should impact everybody around y'all for the good. But other than that, it's like, yeah, you're giving them a project. And I'm only assuming that they are whole and you're the one that's looking for the outside thing. But it is possible that so are they. And that is just toxicity kingdom. So, my suggestion is if you are looking for somebody to love on you tomorrow, do it yourself. Go buy yourself some flowers if that's what you like. Go and get dinner, however you want to do it. Cook dinner for yourself. Put a movie in, or go watch it. Go date yourself. Go buy yourself some sexy panties. Go do something fun, something that you really would like to do. Do it tomorrow if that's your day and you want. I mean, believe me, some of y'all might think it sounds silly, but it is the most refreshing. Oh my God. When I take myself out on dates, it is so beautiful. It's such a refreshing thing because it's like I get to do whatever I want to do without having to think about somebody feeling like it's silly or thinking it's lame because I'm an older woman. I don't go out to clubs and stuff like that. That's not my scene. But I do like to look at art, and I like parks. I like going on a walk, like just simple things excite me. So I don't know that that would be something that somebody would want to do, but I want to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if it's like going to a place that I've never been before just to try it out, you know, and I can imagine, you know, geeky stuff that I like to do might not be appealing. Like, okay, I saw this ceramic museum. I saw that thing and I was like, oh, I want to go see that ceramic. And I mean, maybe it sounds lame, but it's ceramics from Turkey, and I've never seen like a whole lot of that, but I love Turkish ceramics. So they have a whole museum in Mexico, and I want to go, but I'm not gonna go tomorrow because that like I don't do it's nothing. I'm gonna do it though, and when I do, I'm gonna do a video on it. Anyway, back to my point. I'm sorry, I do go down rabbit holes. I am a Pisces, but anyway, my point is that um, if you want to feel loved, love you. If you've never done, dated yourself, try it. Try it. Buy yourself some your favorite perfume, or go shoot pool. Because I'm pretty sure if you go to a billiards place, you'll find somebody there to play with, or go to an arcade, play arcade games. There's so many things. Whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you happy, do it. Because that's kind of, I think that will be like your first taste of what it feels like to love yourself and to like the thing. And why I say that is because it's energy, right? So all those things that you like and you are giving to yourself, that's the energy that you're putting out. And that is also the energy that is coming back to you. So put it out there, right? Put it out there that you like roses and roses will come to you. Put it out there that you like the park, and then you'll discover even more parks that have cooler things. So, I mean, these are things that you're doing to advance your healing, self love journey. Okay. So, now I'm going to turn the page and talk about Mexico. Now, the narcissistic fragility is real, guys. When you say anything, like any kind of point out anything, okay, you have people that will be so butthurt that you said something that didn't look flattering, even if it was true. They become the rude police, and then they become like they give you that narcissistic dismissal, which is like, well, if you don't like it, then leave. Like that shutdown. And as a survivor of narcissistic abuse, I recognize that because that's what narcissists do. When you are trying to open the conversation to talk about real issues that they don't want to talk about because it means that they have to actually look at this thing and actually have to process it, they will just shut you up. You know what I mean? They'll just say, "We'll just shut up." Now, I said something about how rude the men here have been to me. Not all of them. No, not all of them. But it does happen, okay? And it happens almost every time I leave my house. So I have to bring it up if you look like me and you want to come here. I cannot candy coat this for you, okay? So when I said something about the men saying rude, nasty, vulgar things, my daughter and I kind of talked about it because there was this big debate that happened on Facebook after that. And my daughter and I kind of came to the conclusion that maybe they're saying that stuff because they're trying to be sly. Like maybe they don't think I understand it. And if I do happen to understand it, they can quickly apologize. And then it's like, oh, but I was trying to get away with saying something nasty. My point is, why? Why try to say something nasty to me when I'm not even talking to you? I'm walking by you, I'm picking something up off the store shelf, or I'm I'm just living my life. I'm not even paying attention to you. Or if we are having a conversation like the guy at the laundromat the other day, it's like he slipped something out And then it's like, oh, sorry, sorry. So it's like, and he didn't say anything super bad. He just, it was just a kind of a rude question, just rude. And so, but I'm already kind of used to it happening. Now, what does that have to do with dating and stuff in Mexico? Since this is the kind of response that I run into all the time, it informs me that probably I'm going to end up dealing with a man like that. Whether he does it or not, I mean, it's kind of a prevalent thing that's happened. You know what I mean? So it's like you get a glimpse into the inner workings of the mind. And then you're wondering, I mean, because these are not just young, because if it was like a young kid, I could, I deal with kids all day. I deal with childishness all day because I deal with children. But it's very disheartening when it's a grown man, especially a man in his late 50s, 60s, even 40s. Now, like I said, not every man has done that. No. But the fact that every time I go somewhere, I end up hearing something of that nature, it is something that I think about if there's a man who's actually approaching me to talk to me. I'm on the defense because in my mind, maybe that's what's going through his mind. Maybe it's not, I don't know. But a lot of times it's like very awkward. And also that whole I don't want people to see me with you. A lot of times it's done in like secret. So what I mean by that is like um you're alone on that aisle and then they'll come and try to talk to you. Or you're one of just one other person and they'll try to say it real low. So it's still that kind of I'm ashamed. Why are you ashamed? If you find me attractive, then say so. But you're ashamed that you find me attractive, or you ashamed that you're thinking dirty thoughts and you want to get a conversation going to see if I'm one of the kind of women that you think I might be. So I don't know, but nothing has made me feel like dating somebody from here is something that I would want to do. And although I was married to a man from this area, he doesn't live in this area. He's been in the United States for over 20 years. And he doesn't want to come back over here. But he's a very different type of person. But yeah, I mean, even being here as long as I've been, it does kind of inform me as to some of the stuff that happened between he and I earlier in our relationship because I just didn't get it. My family is very multicultural and we welcome everybody. We welcomed him. I mean, he will tell you that. But now, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's like that these days, just imagine 30 years ago and what he was breaking out of to marry me. And I had no idea because, like I said, I had dated outside of my race before and it was never an issue. Um, my family, people are people to us. So it never occurred to me that there was a problem or like he was like really breaking a lot of barriers and maybe some generational curses or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying I realize that's the issue. So me being here is not about me trying to get a husband or whatever. It's just about me living my best life and being able to afford the life that I can live happily. And so, one funny thing before I go is that, I say something about how the men are, and like I said, not all of the men. Let me say that again, not all of the men. But when I have said certain things and people are like, oh, well, that you could date this person or whatever, and the women kind of act like, well, we don't want you dating our men. If I say, well, I don't want to date anybody from here, they're like, well, what's wrong with them? So it's that narcissistic fragility is just like, oh my God, it's prevalent. I have to let y'all know it is prevalent. So my solution is just to do me, just live my life, do what I want to do, like I always do, and let these people do whatever they want to do. I'm done trying to help them. It's like the allegory of the cave. You know, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let them do whatever they do, and I will participate when I want and not participate when I don't want. And I would suggest you do the same. Now, as far as Valentine's Day, you guys have a good one. Like I said, if you are celibate, it doesn't mean you can't have a partner. Um, there is such a thing as two celibate people going out and having a good time. There is such a thing as somebody who is thinking of being celibate. I'm saying they're not really celibate, taking somebody out who is celibate. That's happened with me many times, you know? So it just depends on what you're comfortable with. But I will just remind you guys for tomorrow to stay celibate, people. Shalom.